Hey guys, what's going on, y'all? I'm back with another video, and it's about Jezebel, the priestess and the queen. I had a question that was posted under, I think it was my Pomegranate video, I think, and they asked me, is Jezebel and Pomegranate the same vibe? And we're going to talk about Jezebel in deep detail, okay? Before I get started, I just want to state to you, my name is Lady Vasori. I am the owner and operator of a spiritual online Botanica called Visions by Vasori. I offer everything in the occult. I offer client words. I offer life coaching. I offer occult items as needed. Guys, check out my site, visionsbyvasori.com. I also want to welcome all of my new subscribers into the palace. Hey guys, what's going on? I am a master of healing, a master of prosperity, a master of just the feminine energy, and I just love to put it out there, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am ever so grateful for all of my followers. Thank you so much, all my subscribers. I appreciate y'all. Let's get into this lesson of Jezebel, the priestess and queen. Now, I do have my notes here so I can stay on topic. And Jezebel, okay? Jezebel was an ancient Hebrew queen that was mentioned in the Old Testament of the Bible. She was widely misunderstood and even vilified, inspiring the insult of Jezebel. Yeah, it was an insult. But who was Jezebel from a modern occult perspective? And how can we work with her in our practice for strength, for leadership, and more? Now we're going to dive into and learn about Jezebel together, okay? Now, who was the ancient queen Jezebel? I personally have never been one to believe the common narrative, particularly when it comes to powerful women in from the pages of history. Now, growing up, I heard numerous people in my church call seemingly troubled women that have just sex and Jezebel. She a Jezebel. That bitch a Jezebel. She got Jezebel qualities. You know what I'm saying? But I never understood where that insult came from until I learned about Queen Jezebel from the Bible. Unfortunately, the first time I was taught about Jezebel, she was it was a prominent lesson. It was a scandal behind it. It was a sinful woman who sought to destroy the Hebrew nation with the worship of pagan gods, right? Then your girl turned out to be that type of person. No. But before we debate about her actual character and intentions, let's look at all of the facts. Jezebel, princess and priestess, became a queen. Hello? Today, the name Jezebel actually means pure or virginal in Hebrew. Now, you will find this kind of ironic in the story because Queen Jezebel is mentioned in the Old Testament in the book of Kings and Psalms. She was a Phoenician princess, a beloved daughter of King Ethelbald of Tyre. Jezebel was raised to worship the goddess Asherah and the god Baal, or Baal. I say Baal, B-A-A-L. Her name originally means, where is the prince? Referring to the god Baal, or Baal, okay? She married King Ahab of Israel about or around 860 BCE. Now, in spite of leaving her home country and everything that she knew behind, Jezebel's dedication to her gods grew and inspired her to spread veneration among the Israelites. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Now, She set up massive, beautiful altars to Baal and Asherah. She named 800 or more prophets, and she was bestowed the title Priestess of Asherah. Now, Kings 1, chapter 21, verse 5. But Jezebel, his wife, came to him and said unto him, Why is thy spirit so sad that thou eatest no bread? This is the queen, right? Talking to them. Now, she did have a horrific death, and the historical facts of Queen Jezebel's life don't sound too terrible, at least not to modern pagans, but to those who fall under the religious umbrella, Abrahamic umbrella. Jezebel was a historically evil woman who sought to destroy the Israelite nation with sin and false gods. This is what they're saying. Now, it was a biased belief that what caused her widespread vilification, let's say that, and traumatic death. I do truly believe it's because of Queen Jezebel's power over the people. She was likely well loved by the people. She had a lot of power as well. Her tongue carried a lot of power. Her words were very powerful. Her influence was palpable. Those who were against her pagan ways were obviously threatened, which leads us to the biblical prophet Elijah. Now, Elijah challenged Queen Jezebel's false prophets. Let's talk about that. The biblical prophet Elijah, clearly threatened by her power, opposed Queen Jezebel's religion and decided to challenge her and her prophets on a mountaintop. Sound familiar? The challenge, how the Christians come into your space and tell you you're going to hell. I mean, does it sound familiar? Okay. On the mountaintop, he told her, call on your God and have him burn the altars if he is real. Now, supposedly, the altars weren't burnt by the god Baal, but the altars set up by Elijah were immediately set on fire upon his prayers to the god Yahweh. Now remember, history is written by the victors. Okay? Just saying. Now, we're going to jump into her death. She had a horrific death following this religious spectacle with Elijah. Elijah commanded the people to kill Jezebel's prophets, and they were thrown into the river. Now, eventually, a commander in Elijah's successor's army ordered Jezebel to be thrown from her palace window. Her body splattered on the ground below and was mutilated by trampling horses and wild dogs. How is that if that's not a horrific death, then I don't know what is. Okay? Now, before her death, they say that she was seen waving from her window, adorned in all of her finery. All of her finery. Determined to go out like a queen, they wouldn't even give her a proper burial, a proper funeral, according to the Bible verses in Kings. Y'all go read about it. And as pure and holy as these men claim to be, they had no problem murdering a woman and her followers. Do you hear what I said? Holy indeed, right? Holy indeed. You putting the thoughts into the people's heads. They might become pagan and worship different gods. And take the Bible verse below as proof of the disgusting violence towards her. And below, I'm going to read for you, because I can't put it on the screen. Maybe I can. Kings 2, 9 chapter, verse 37. This is the verse. And the carcass of Jezebel shall be as dung, which is shit, upon the face of the field in the portion of Jezreel, so that they shall not say, this is Jezebel. I'm gonna let that marinate. not the holiest, killed that woman and her followers because her voice resonated through the people. All right, so let's talk about the Jezebel spirit of Christian belief. Let's talk about the Jezebel spirit. Y'all heard that term? She has a Jezebel spirit. How dare they? To further demonstrate the demonization of Queen Jezebel, the church still uses this term to put females in their place. Have you ever heard a preacher say, and I've heard this recently, you carrying that Jezebel spirit? That's to put women in their place. Any woman who prophesies in the church, often women who are simply natural born leaders, such as myself, are said to have the Jezebel spirit in them. And a Jezebel spirit is also the name for a promiscuous woman or a vain woman. Yet, when you research the meaning of the name Jezebel, it means pure. It means virginal. Now, I bet the people who throw this slur around have no idea of its true origins and translations. They don't know. Now, to the church, the Jezebel woman lures unsuspecting Christians to the dark side by either seduction or false prophecy. This belief system stems from a verse in the book of Revelations that says, because thou sufferest that woman Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess, to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication and to eat things sacrificed unto idols. Separate this demonized version of the Jezebel spirit from the original priestess queen so as to honor her and not to demonize her, y'all. Jezebel represents the empowered woman, the confident woman who worships the old gods. She is the goddess of incarnate. And because of this, weak men shudder in her wake. They seek only to destroy her and throw her from the throne. They seek only to crown themselves and use religion as their pedestal. Rise up and put that crown on your head. Build your pagan altars. Build your altars and never be deterred by the threatening and the weak. Be the priestess. Be the goddess awakening inside of you. Be all of that. Okay? Now, we're going to jump to Queen Jezebel and the modern occult and the empowerment behind her. To be a Jezebel means to be a scandalous woman who turns men away from God. But from a modern perspective, Queen Jezebel was an empowered woman who clung fiercely to her beliefs. Desperate only to speak the word, despite rebellion from her people. She didn't give a fuck about that shit. She spoke because she knew. The fact that she died adorned in jewelry, the fact that she died with her makeup on and her wig, further added to her vilification in the Abrahamic religions. They say she's an adulterous woman, a devil worshiper, bent on seducing men with her beauty. Yet I see her as a queen and a priestess who went out in a blaze of glory, a royal glory at that. Queen Jezebel is an empowering role model to modern women and pagans alike. Despite what the crowd said and did to her, she stood strong in her beliefs. Now we're going to give you a couple of ways to work with Queen Jezebel in your practice, okay? In addition to viewing her as a model of pagan empowerment, there are many ways to work with the spirit of Queen Jezebel in your practice. Number one, you can dedicate, of course, a space to Jezebel. Dedicate an altar to Jezebel. Honor her. You don't have to set up a huge altar for Jezebel if you don't want to. She don't care about grandiose things, but do designate a space for her in your home. The fancier, the better, of course. And in a windowsill facing the outside is traditional. On your windowsill, facing the outside is traditional. For example, a windowsill decorated with crystals and sparkly things. Jezebel loved her jewelry, makeup, and her fineries. Then invite Queen Jezebel's energy to take presence there. Okay. Number two, study Baal and Asherah. We're going to talk about them too a little later in another video, because Jezebel was a priestess of Asherah. Studying the gods Baal and Asherah are another way to honor the memory of Jezebel. Now, by studying Jezebel's gods, those were her gods, you further your connection with her. Okay. Number three, work with Jezebel root. And I'm going to show you Jezebel root right now. I sell this in my shop. And I sell it very, very often. Grab it right here. This is Jezebel root, okay? Jezebel root. In American, in magical traditions such as hoodoo, which that's what I walk, Jezebel root is used in domination spells to get what you want. No matter who or what is in the way. This is what this is for. Learn all about Jezebel root and use it in your magic for various purposes, invoking the energy of Queen Jezebel herself. It is also great for attraction as well as wealth, okay? You can also invoke Queen Jezebel. Invoke Queen Jezebel. You can call on the priestess Queen Jezebel when you need a boost of strength, when you need courage, when you need your own personal power. If you find yourself in a situation where your beliefs are being questioned or ridiculed, I want you to silently invoke the Queen Jezebel's aid. She will show up and grant you great power to overcome your persecutors and your obstacles. Now, I recommend always calling her Queen Jezebel. Always call her High Priestess of Asherah to delineate between her and the Christian and hoodoo Jezebel spirit. Okay? Read about Queen Jezebel. Just acknowledging her via studying her history is enough to honor her memory. Read the Bible verses in which she's mentioned as well. Mythology. I can't talk. I'm done drunk too much coffee, y'all. Okay. Brain overworking. But literature as well. Keep in mind too that the Jezebel spirit is different than Queen Jezebel. Two different things. This is a female demon named after Jezebel by the church to further demonize her memory. So if you say Jezebel spirit, you are really demonizing Queen Jezebel. Know the difference. Know the difference. I would tell you, I don't think, hold on one second, one more moment. And I'm looking in my goddess books that I have and to see if Queen Jezebel is in any of these books, and I don't think I ever seen that. And for the person that asked me, is Jezebel, Queen Jezebel, and Pamagira the same? They are not the same. She's not in that book, and I doubt if she's in any of these books. Not in this one either. Yes, 118. Let's see what they have on Jezebel, Queen Jezebel. This book is The Witch's Goddess. She is mentioned in this book. Jezebel of the Bible was a Phoenician professional of this kind, and of no means standing, for Jehu described her as a king's daughter, and having brought about her death, would have had her buried as befitted her rank. That is all that is said about Jezebel. So let me look in my other book. I doubt if it's in this book, but we're gonna see. And all I'm doing, I'm getting the information so you guys can read up more about Queen Jezebel. She's not in this book. Let's see about this one. Honey, they do not talk about the queen, baby. Nope. Last book, y'all. But don't worry, they don't talk about it, but I gave y'all a lot of information about Queen Jezebel. Not in this book either. Okay, so guys, I would wholeheartedly tell you to study up on, go through this video if you got to save it. Take down some notes, some gems that I've given you. Go to your Bible. If you don't have a Bible, you should have one. The Bible is full and full for hoodooists of power. You just have to go and find it. I would most definitely tell you to I'm probably going to order more books and see can I find anything else about Queen Jezebel, but she is very empowering. She is fiercely into her beliefs. She was adorned with jewelry. She wore her makeup. She wore her wigs, baby. And she kept a balance, and she didn't care about nothing nobody thought about her. And they killed her for that. They killed her for that, right? So if you're being ridiculed, or if you have been vilified by anybody, workplace, anything talked about, pull from Queen Jezebel's Ashe, okay? Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, support your girl channel. It's greatly appreciated. Guys, this is Deity Week. I'm talking about all deities. I'm about to do another video real soon. visionsbybasori.com if you need anything, as well as any life coaching, any herbs, any candles, any works, whatever it is. Go to my shop, visionsbybasori.com, and purchase from me. It will be greatly appreciated, guys. I, as always, is blowing blessings of abundance your way. Peace.